I have an urgent message from Dargonus, Lord Captain. Our astropaths are receiving numerous transmissions. But no, these aren't ordinary transmissions. Each and every one is a plea for help. Dargonus is reporting a massive Xenos raid, and every mental image transmitted is wreathed in flame. Well, there's a way to open an episode. Hi, everybody. It's the Heritor. Welcome back to Rogue Trader. Things are going very well, as we can see here. There are no Xenos raids happening right now. My protectorate is all in order. People are living nice, happy lives. With no Xenos raids. No fire. It's all good. We're just gonna ignore this. Master Zakari is struggling to determine when exactly the invasion began, but all signs point to it happening shortly after your departure to the Cineris Maleficum. Any delay condemns the world to even greater suffering. Your people are begging for immediate aid. Oh man, but I wanted to do more exploring. Thankfully... God, how do we get there? Chart new routes! Maybe there's a new route that'll allow us to jump to... Yep, we can get to there. And then... Oh, no. Look, either we have to go all the way around, which is a long way, or we jump through here, Litoribum Maledicta, which sounds like a lovely place. It's already going to be a dangerous route. We have 2 navigators' insight, and then we're going to have to chart a deadly course. We could probably reduce it, although I think I need... Man, I don't know. We're just going. We're going. We're doing it. No guts, no glory. We can die another time. Yeah, so, welcome. This is where we are in Rogue Trader. Things are apparently getting a little heated. The Drukhari didn't take too kindly to us preventing their sabotage and getting in the way of their plans. Although, really, their plans were kind of getting in the way of me, and I was just protecting myself, so really this is all on them. Then again, maybe it's not Drukhari. I thought something else was Drukhari, and it turned out to be fucking deep mine asteroid bugs that actually turned out to be Necrons. So maybe this is a Necron raid. That'd be a twist. Also, that would be bad. So I don't know what we can do against Necrons. Drukhari we can just shoot and they die. Necrons, uh-oh. Instead of admiring themselves, Monkey should direct their gaze to the world around them more often. What are you doing here, Iliad? Oh, we have a dead slith on our... That's fucking awesome. What's going on here? This is... Weren't you standing here a minute ago? Oh, look at this. This is our trophy room. Got a dead slith. The stuffed corpse of a slith. A bizarre xenobeast that was once in service of the Drukhari. We taxidermied it. We chuck tested the slith. Oh, man. And yeah, Forge Fiend. The hideous head of the Steel Devil destroyed by the Rogue Trader aboard a corrupted void ship. Shouldn't we have, like, 3 more of these, too? And what do we got here? The Mask of Aurora, the prophet of the archenemy who foretold the final dawn on Rykut Minoris. Indeed. We stole that too. And then this is a defused explosive device created by inhuman hands and brought aboard the Von Valancius ship by Xenos Raiders. So that's what we just did. And then here we have a hefty tome containing schematics of the flagship of House Von Valancius, in addition to a plethora of notes, copies of reports, and other documents, and then my own awesome portrait. This majestic portrait, granted by a skilled artist, greets guests who have been granted permission to enter the Lord Captain's quarters. It's always good to hang a gigantic, self-aggrandizing portrait of yourself in your own house, just to show everybody you mean business. You are here. What's the meaning of this? What's she here for? Let's ignore her for the moment. The positions of the pieces on the board suggest it was a game of regicide that was interrupted. The winner was never determined. Oh yeah, this is our gun wall. We've already looked at all this. It's just the trophies were new. Hi. You're in my quarters. Taking careful steps, almost without a sound, Iliad examines the study's interior, raising her brows in surprise and muttering something to herself in the Eldari tongue. Let's be nice. I assume if she was here without the purpose of wanting us to know that she was here, we wouldn't see her. So she's being obvious about it, which means she wants to talk to me, presumably away from everybody. Iliad, what a pleasant surprise to see you here. I had no idea this was your dwelling until I entered it. So insightful, yet sometimes so oblivious. The Eldari turns her emerald gaze on you. It seems she is completely unfazed by your sudden appearance. On my craft world, we all held to the simple custom. You may set your foot wherever your path requires. Sacred ground was the only exception to this rule. Is there something sacred in this room, Elantak? Irliet looks around the room. I do not think so. Gee. What about my awesome portrait? Not gonna be mean. I am somewhat surprised, but I am not opposed to such visits. You may come here anytime you like. Irliet tilts her head in confusion. Do I need permission to do so? But is your entire world contained within this tiny metal cage, Elantak? Your ship, these chambers, they are but a speck of dust, an island, a temporary shelter in a world that is far bigger and more expansive than, well, enough of that. Now that you are here, I wish to speak to you about our agreement. I have traveled through the Veil many times inside your steel-winged bird, and every time her voice torments me, trying to drive me mad. Irliet stares through you, unconsciously touching the spirit stone on her chest with a trembling hand. Her whispers fill my ears each time I enter the warp, inescapable and incessant, poisoning and inflaming every single emotion and thought, making them uncontrollable. I have learned to shut myself off as best I can, just so that I might have the chance to search for what I have lost. We have managed to find some of the children of Kruderak, find and bear witness to their horrifying fate. Irliet half closes her eyes. I think that every step I take to discover Kruderak's fate brings nothing but doom to my brothers and sisters. And still, I ask you not to stop. With every cycle, those still hidden in the darkness of the cosmos draw closer to their demise and obscurity. Out of all the Monkey I have met, I thought that you, Elantak, might be able to understand me and my pain. I was not wrong to think so, was I? For a moment, a sad smile flickers on Irliet's face, and her voice rings with agonizing doubt. No matter what, you tried to keep your promise, even if your species loves to stamp out any life form they find undesirable. I remember our agreement and will fulfill it, just as I promised. Irliet gives you a barely visible nod. Her face is clouded with emotion, but you cannot read her expression. Your words, Elantak. They are something that still gives me hope. Irliet's words are interrupted by a strange sound similar to a stifled sigh. Her gaze trained upon something past you. Turning around, you see what has caught her attention. An odd, unsightly shard of porous material mounted on the wall like a trophy. An entire kaleidoscope of emotions plays across her face, changing too quickly to catch. She sighs once more, and then her feelings are concealed behind an impenetrable, impersonal mask. What is this, Monkey? Irliet's voice sounds unusually cold. That would be this thing? I don't know, this was here when I got here. That's not very good. Or we could do this. This I can succeed. Something has changed. It is as though you have cut yourself off from me. Irliet, what is going on? Irliet looks at you, her eyes devoid of every emotion, every shred of life and warmth that you previously beheld in them. You are observant, Elantak. How unusual. But there is no need to trouble your mind with conjecture. I have inflicted enough of my unbridled feelings upon you, but I am in control again. Enough. I have lingered here too long. From now on, I will avoid entering places you would prefer to keep hidden from me. Guess I did the wrong thing there. Man, Eldari are hard to read. I guess that's the point. Not sure what I needed to do there. Maybe thought being observant would be beneficial, but where the hell are you anyways? Normally she's standing here, but she is now not here. Maybe she's up at the front. Let's go check it out. Let's go find her. Where are you at? No, you're not here either. Down that way? Also not. Over this way? Nope. I assume you're not hanging around near Pascal. I don't think you like him very much. She must be over here. God damn, we're fast. Alright, yeah, she is indeed here.
Hello, Talk.
Oh, nothing to say, huh? Huh. Interesting encounter. I don't know what to make of that. What was that supposed to be? Clearly, whatever... I feel like we should have checked the Xenos thing. But, I thought maybe it would, fail. So I wanted to try this other thing. Sometimes you don't know, like, when you can, attempt another test later or not. Like, what's going to stop a conversation in its tracks. And I don't know if, like, being clear, or the game being more clear, and this is just the thing with CRPGs in general, like, games being more clear to say this conversation, or this point will end a conversation is actually a good solution, because that's not how that works. You never know, like, when something's going to trigger a certain response or end a conversation. But there's definitely some instances where I feel like, is this a point where I can ask more questions, or is this I need to pick one of the options and that's it? Because I felt like I could go back and we could still talk about the Xenos thing, but then she was gone. I think that porous piece may have been a fragment of Craftworld Crudock. And she hadn't seen that before. And in my defense, that was here already. I distinctly remember the porous rock being in Theodora's chamber. So it's quite possible now that Theodora may have been responsible for Craftworld Crudock's fate. But we already know she was up to some very sketchy business. So let's chart some new routes, get a little bit more navigator's insight. I don't think we have time. I'm gonna make this a safe route, and we're going. There goes all of my navigator's insight again, but good. We're gonna come back to that system soon enough, but we need to get to Mundus Valancius as quick as possible. And I know time is of the essence. Janus has completed something. Okay. Your ladyship, Janus is reporting about a disaster. A ghostly Xenos figures that appear at dusk and go away at dawn. It is a ravenous swarm. They attack one agricultural facility each night, freezing everything they touch. The attacks take place in the complexes closest to the uncontrolled sector of the planet, where nature itself has turned against us. Oh, God. What do we know about these wraiths? This is Necrons again? Not much. They are incorporeal and difficult to discern, but they appear to have Eldari features. Okay, or mandrakes. The spirits draw the warmth out of humans, plants, and inanimate objects, but it seems that they do not hunt consciously, but rather they simply do not notice anything in their way. At dawn, they dissolve into mist. The wraiths also differ among themselves. Some are dark as the void, while others shine like stars in the night sky. Okay, definitely not mandrakes. What is spawning these wraiths? Is it the corrupted sector? It's spirit stones. They've shattered the infinity circuit on Lilethon, and they're escaping. That's possible. I don't know. I don't know if there is an infinity circuit buried in Lilethon. It's possible. It is likely. They gather at its borders at the break of dawn and whirl in a wild dance, howling and destroying all living things, then disperse into thousands of fading flashes. The agricultural facilities that happen to be in the way of their dance fall into disrepair. Something is not right. The wraiths appear on the planet's outskirts and rush towards the heart of the contaminated region instead of invading from it. Furthermore, their differences suggest that there are two groups of wraiths opposing each other. Ooh. Traces of the Eldari Civil War. What think my advisors? We're going to take Irliad's advice on this. When dealing with Xenos, one should be prepared for the manifestation of all sorts of ominous mysteries. There are a whole cast of specialists among cold traders who can whisper at Xenos artifacts to expel the spirits residing within. Perhaps we should ask them. It's not a bad suggestion. After some of the events, the
had taken place on the ship, I got interested in ghosts. While on footfall, I bought a book, an illegal one, of course, that describes a so-called ritual of silence. It is said to be able to pacify violent spirits on the scale of an entire world, but I cannot vouch for the safety of this ritual.
I don't trust that. Okay, nothing from Irliet. Interesting.
Instead of relying on the wicked prayers to solve, or on the wicked ways to solve these problems, it would be better to turn to our good priests. They are skilled exorcists in the ecclesiarchy who know how to drive out dark spirits.
No, I'm going to get the Xeno Whisperers on this one. I mean, depending on -1 profit factor. But we would gain Spirit Drape. The wearer's non-psychic powers. Non-attack psychic powers cost 1 AP less during the wearer's first turn of combat. That's pretty good. That's like free forewarning and prescience. And the 1 action foreboding. That's a cool item. -1 profit factor, though, is kind of rough. And Idira, Ritual of Silence. We would get a Strange Shard, but lose 1 security. Gain, okay, this is just a skill buff. It's not that useful. Argenta, we would gain a Mysterious Sliver. Whenever the wearer uses a major psychic power, they gain 10 plus 2 times their willpower bonus to all psychic damage until the end of their next turn. We don't have anybody that's really doing psychic damage. We didn't take a damaging Psyker. So, that's not very useful. I'm going to do this one. Profit factor is temporary. I mean, the other ones are temporary, too. These stats also increase over time. Let's do this.
Of course, Cyrene. Jay Hidari has friends all over the place.
Jai Hidari. Sorry. A group of suspicious characters covered in talismans has arrived on Janus. After seeing the dance of ghosts firsthand, they conferred and then made a short trip into the jungle. They later returned, their numbers diminished, loaded with ancient Eldari obelisks stolen from the ruins. Locals have called the obelisks installed in the Agri complexes a blessed miracle. The energy resonance of the obelisks has formed intangible domes providing shelter against the wraiths. God damn, Janus is just getting creepier and creepier. It's like this ghost-haunted world with this rapidly mutating and twisting jungle that is, like, the life in that jungle is being directed by a vengeful intelligence. And now this? Like, this is a horror planet in the making. Really cool, though. Two-faced. I love it. Alright, well, we have Karkala's Honor. Really good power sword. We're going to give that to Abelard. Probably. And there ain't nothing else that we can do here, so I guess we're going to leave that. Darkonus is done and on fire. And there's nothing more we can do here. Viabos is completed. We've completed Dreamless, so we can set up another thingy here. We can get underground workers. This isn't going to cancel anything, right? No, this is just going to clear that one. Might as well. Kiavagama, we have finished here as well. There's plenty more options. We can get the mag trains, or yeah, we need more efficiency, right? This one we need greater than 5 efficiency. What is this world's efficiency? Currently sitting at 3. So mag trains will not increase our efficiency. This will. Chapel of Enumeration. And it won't block out mag trains either. It'll give us 2 weapons too. Only the revered and marvelously equipped temples of the Adeptus Mechanicus earn the right to become chapels of enumeration. Underneath their majestic vaults, cybertheurges exercise devastation-wreaking digital rakshas, while datasmiths awaken the spirits of the blessed cogitators with arithmetical liturgies and lex prayers. So, arms manufacturing. Do it. And anything going on WARPSTONE for us to keep track of? Nothing that we can do right now. So yeah, thanks for the comments on 2 episodes ago, telling me that more stuff will open up later. It's good to know. I'm excited for future colony development. Anyways, we are close. Actually, no, we're not close. We're here. Hopefully we got here in time. Like, we weren't far away. We cut corners. We should be there in time. Jeepers. Let's, first things first, repair our ship, because our ship is in not great situation. And, oh yeah, we can even do a hull upgrade. Yes! 0 scrap. Wow. And we can do an upgrade here. Look at that. What else can we do? Steady hand. Using your post abilities, there is a 20% chance the cooldown will be 1 round shorter. That's okay. Take it all. Flagship now collects 10% more scrap from destroyed ships. That's okay as well. Rugged beam. Repairing the void ship requires 50% less scrap. That sounds pretty good. Rugged repair, not rugged beam. What am I even... Who knows? Restart shields now only inflicts a -2 speed reduction and no firing range penalty. Rugged repair sounds good, but sanctified restart sounds even better. Or we can get something here. No, I'm taking these. And then we can take another one. Rugged repair it is. Okay. Let's go. Should have done that before we repaired the ship, but whatever. I think we spent 69 scrap. Nice. We also have 69 profit factor, which is also nice. I'm sorry. I'll stop. 96. God damn it! What is happening?
The whispers sound distant.
Alright, what do we got here?
The future is uncertain.
Immortality denied. Destroyers, just destroyers. And 1 dark mirror. Ooh, a light cruiser even. I haven't seen what a Drukhari light cruiser looks like. That's large. Very cool looking. What do I do? Do I pick off the destroyers first? No, we go straight in. All head full. We wouldn't even be able to shoot them. So, how are we doing here? That's in range. I would like to, before we get to the point, get there, so I'm going to... That's the wrong button. I wanted to do the shallow jump. Let's get us right here, and then we can do an Empyrean Storm. Because that's going to strip away its, these shields. Will it? No, it won't. Right, that's the other Eldari thing. Alright, we'll send some torpedoes. I will reinforce our prow. It's probably going to come around one of the sides, but, you know, at the very least... That's a miss. What about this? That's partial hit. We could strafe. And drop a new heading? No. Directly ahead of it. If they're going to come in, we're going to let our escort deal with that or die. Either option is, I guess, a possibility. Probably die at this rate. Maybe my strategy of go for the big ship first is not always the best bet, but... we shall see. Okay, it's turning around, coming about face. It's going to use its macro batteries here. It didn't shoot. Oh, man. Right, it is shooting... Oh, it's launching... Right, that's a thing you can do. Can we get those? Can we launch attack craft? I'm really glad I reinforced the prow shields. Oh, come on. So can I torpedo the fighters? Probably not, right? Void Raven bombers. Okay, no, we're just gonna have to swing around here. Now, if I could get an instantaneous torpedo control, that would be just swell. Oh, will you look at that? I sure can. Unfortunately, it doesn't help. Next turn. Next turn, we should be able to hit something with them. Okay. Swing run. Do I immediately put some Daka into the bombers? I'm going to put some Daka into the bombers. Let's get some flak here. I don't know what these are capable of, and I'd rather not find out. So we can also use our dorsal weapons. It didn't do quite as much as I would have liked. So, new heading? What's new heading gonna... New heading could put us in a decent place. Or we swing run, then we're gonna be quite far back. I'm gonna use new heading. So let's swing around. Let's put ourselves right here. Or here. This is gonna be better. And we still have our macro battery that can target the Void Raven. And I think we can possibly target the Dark Mirror Cruiser with our macro battery as well. We certainly can once we increase the range. Perfect. Hit him. Shadow fields are gone. still missed two of them. God damn it. Just out of range there. Let's reinforce the port. What's that? Warp wave. Cause a ship to turn. We could hit you with the warp wave. We could try and hit the bombers. Force them around. Let's hit the bombers with the warp wave. Perfect. You guys can go that way. Main gun, not in range. Okay. Wish I could see its shields. Okay, thankfully these seem to be hitting the shields.
Breach in our enemy's defenses!
No, that's our allies' defenses, Abelard. Okay. Okay. And now shadow fields are back up. That's unfortunate. We should be able to tap it with our torpedoes, depending on where it goes. It's not going super fast. Oh god, more bombers. Yeah.
Escape pods detected.
Oh, we hit him!
No emergency beacon detected.
That actually...
No survivors detected.
So is our ally ship permanently dead? Is that what that's implying? Can I tag the bombers here with my torpedoes? Apparently we just rammed them with torpedoes. It's hilarious. Alright, let's shoot some more torpedoes that way. So we can take that one out. The thing is, we can get behind the bombers here to where it can't target us anymore. So I'm going to just move one ahead. We're going to put some damage on the immortality denied here. Okay, that was pretty good. Our other prow weapons, we'll go a little bit further ahead as well, and then use those. We can just take this guy out. Goodbye. And then we'll go right here, and I got my macro batteries with your name on them. That could have done a little bit more. And we can advance. We can do a ram. No, we cannot. Enemy actually has to be there. So we can shoot our macro batteries out this way. We can strafe to get closer if need be. We don't need to, so goodbye. That's enough of you. Or we can all miss.
Purgation
Nope, never mind.
Blessed plasma fire.
We got him. Purgation through blessed plasma fire, indeed. Glory be. Oh, and we can reload. Reload the macro batteries. Strafe ourselves in closer. Let's go. Goodbye. Ah! Okay. Still. Good turn. Very good turn. Let's shallow jump out of the way of these bombers. I think our torpedoes can either get them or something. They'll attack the torpedoes. And then they blow up.
The effectiveness of the
They
crew
landed
has
on
been
it.
recognized as adequate.
Thanks, Pascal. That went pretty well. So, Dargonis is saved. Let's, You were informed about an ongoing investigation against you in the colony. Who is behind this is not known for certain. Demonstrate restraint and calm, or we can organize prayer services in the name of the God Emperor. That's not going to solve the problem. But it would give +1 complacency. Let's actually do... Let's demonstrate restraint and calm. After a while, the rumors concerning the interlopers disappear. They have lost interest in you. Interesting. I don't know what that was supposed to mean. Decree on diligence. Do we do it? -2 complacency, +2 efficiency. People will be processed into corpse starch. I mean, you can never have too much corpse starch. Let's not do it. That's immoral, and we don't do that kind of stuff here. So is that everything? I guess. Well, then I guess we can go back to the system that we were originally coming from. And then head back to Footfall. I was expecting a little bit more. to be fair. So there's still stuff to do here, and there's also something to do here in Mundus Axis. Oh, that's Viabos. That's our colony, so never mind. Right? Nothing to be done there. We are done here, though. Anything new? Not yet. Milestone. Also nothing new, so Kiavagama is indeed done. So +3 efficiency, we can now begin flawless servitors. No, we cannot. What do we need? 3 mechanisms. Alright, so we need to get mechanisms. That'll get us mechanisms. And our +1 profit factor. Perfect. Yep, we're heading up to here. Let's see what we find. Okay. Blue star. We're gonna scan. 7 plasteel. It's pretty good. It's a lot of plasteel. Ah, fuck it, just take it. What is that? Okay. No, it's just all of them have it. Okay, provisions, too. Not enough. However, we have the Wasteland Wayfarer. Alright, we're definitely going to bring Irliet. We're going to bring Jai as well. Maybe we'll bring Cassia. She can come down to the planet's surface. That's fine. Heinrichs. Argenta. Pascal. Pascal can probably stay behind. We're going to bring Jai instead. Abelard, you have the ship. What have we here? An away mission. It's been a while since we've had one of these. Hopefully this will be a, not a bunker filled with poison gas. That'd be great. That one wasn't very fun, I will admit. Okay. This looks like the bunker. Alright, well, anyways, moving on.
Trap or
Trap.
treasure?
Oh. Neither. Oh no.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
As it should be.
You hear a strange sound that reminds you of dripping water, or the clattering of something sharp against metal. Those are 2 very different sounds. Drip, drop, flip, flop. Splish, splash. Well, let's open the door. Okay, that's leading to somewhere else, so we'll head here first. We have a torso and arms. Let's ask him if he's okay.
Let us not dawdle.
Serving the Inquisition means peering into the secrets of humanity's foes. Aren't you afraid that one day you will peer too deeply, Interrogator?
Fear is the enemy of duty. Anyone who cannot overcome this weakness does not last long in the Holy Inquisition.
Yeah, that's true. A thick diary filled with entries written in neat, precise handwriting. Its author was documenting the events of his life with thoroughness bordering on obsession. After browsing through its pages, the following entries catch your attention. Exodus, Watch 1. Never thought this day would come. I'm addressed as Master Captain once more. How many times did I swear never to venture into the void again during those 2 Terran years I spent among the mangled ruins of the unheralded Reckoning's Bridge? Unfortunately, life in a gravity well didn't bring me peace. Reverend Hieronymus promised me that performing the selfless feat of devotion would bring me serenity. Maybe he's right. Maybe I'm still writing in this journal during the long nights to keep my sanity. Just like I did for 2 years, there and 7 Terran years after that here. We'll see if I'll be able to live without the somewhere that is our Void Wanderer's destination. Exodus, Watch 237. The crew has reported hearing strange noises from the ventilation shafts for a 3rd time. Alas, I'm charged with pilgrims, not seasoned voidsmen. The venture scares them, and they've already managed to make up their share of absurd ghost stories. I asked Reverend Gravik to calm them down. He's the official head of the pilgrimage, so they ought to listen to him. Watch 240. The vent inspection is finished, just as expected. There is nothing to worry about, just some torn tubing striking the hull. Watch 393. It's quite a gap there. Reverend Hieronymus was wrong. Faith does not bring me peace. I prefer not to take any sides in the theological dispute that has broken out aboard our vessel, ignoring the debates altogether. I'll let Reverend Gravik handle it. I'm slightly concerned about this schism, but as long as both groups are peaceful and agree to follow my orders, they can bicker and shout all they want. Watch 8:10. Lot of time in between there, too. The great day has arrived. The Void Wanderer has successfully landed on the planet's surface. I wonder if it'll ever leave it. A settlement is already being built down the hill. Its official colonial designation is A3649 Minoris, but Reverend Gravik says he's going to call it Jessamine. When we first stepped onto the surface, Reverend Gravik's congregation and the Nourishers used different airlocks to leave the vessel. Seems like they've ceased any and all communication. Two separate groups, the congregation and the Nourishers. Watch 1212. Today the last pilgrims left the Wanderer for Jessamine. I'm alone once again. They invited me to go with them, but I made up an excuse about needing to keep watch at the reactor since my ship is still used for powering the settlement. Truth be told, I didn't want to go with them. They say less than 1,000 pilgrims are still loyal to Gravik. The services at the main temple are performed by the Nourishers, and the Saint Drusus statue is cut only up to its knees. I can't understand their beliefs, but I don't think they will help me more than Reverend Hieronymus's faith. Watch 1287. I was awoken in the night by a dozen pilgrims from Jessamine. They were armed and scared and said that the Nourishers had arrested Reverend Gravik. They were bewildered and didn't know what to do, wanting me to act, so I did. Since Reverend Gravik is the official head of the pilgrimage, I deemed this an incident of civil unrest. I cut power to Jessamine and demanded Reverend Gravik's release via the Foxcom. We are holding the line. 1290, so 3 days after, the Nourishers have come to us. Gravik was with them. He was calm and said that the conflict had been resolved. He took the confused pilgrims and their guns with him, and I restored power to the settlement. I have no idea what's going on. Peace. The watch is of no consequence. Okay, no title here. Today I received the brotherly kiss, and now I believe. I can clearly see the spiral path among the stars set for us by the Emperor Progenitor. Now I can hear my brothers and sisters. I am finally alone no more. This feels like Gene Stealer cults. Spiral path. I mean, it could be Zinch, but there would have been more signs of chaos stuff. The Gene Stealer cults are really good at concealing their abnormalities. And staying subtle until the time. Creepy, add to cargo. That was an interesting read. Also, that was just a dude that was cut in half, so maybe that's him? Are we gonna encounter Gene Stealers? Like, I thought they were coming in the DLC.
Top, or get left in the dust.
Maybe there's already some in-game. Some, like, basic... Like, we were sealed in here. Let's not forget that. But let's go down this door. And we can open something with athletics.
What a shame.
Yet. No!
Is there money to be made?
I can't do anything else. Oh. I have to open it from that way?
Watch your steps.
Weird.
I always keep my options open.
Well, there's this. The metal box was brutally forced open. Why would the ship's owners break into it if they could simply turn the key? Maybe they don't have hands anymore. And we can't interact with it either, which is a little concerning. And what do we have here? Another destroyed engineering? A Vox Cleric. You're still functional. Hunched over the Voxcaster, the hooded man mutters monotonously but emphatically into the microphone as he rocks slightly to and fro. In the light of distant stars, our Emperor Progenitor wanders wearily. With thoughts and visions of us, he sends us particles of his light. Though his body suffers, his mind lingers on us. Let us therefore nourish him with the light of our souls, with our prayers, with our faith. Argenta frowns. The faithful worship the Emperor under a great many names and a great many fashions, and yet do not like this prayer. Yep. Put up your hands. take off your hood and don't make any sudden movements, or else you'll be dead before we're properly acquainted. The man falls silent. A satisfied chuckle without a hint of fear comes from under his hood.
As long as our father progenitor thinks of me, I am eternal.
With the pale hand, he throws back his hood. You see an ugly face with a wide, flat nose, disproportionately large brow ridges, irisless eyes with enormous pupils, a wide toad-like mouth and skin that transitions to purple scales at the cheekbones. Standing before you is an abominable subhuman, a mutant.
Welcome to the abode of the nourishers.
Yeah, this seems like gene stealers. Heinrich recoils, then grimaces and touches his temple as if pained by a headache. This is bad. This is very, very bad. Ready your weapons, Cyrene von Valancius. I'm gonna look closer at him. This being's nature has strayed too far from mankind's blessed genome. The Creed sees no humanity in deviations like these, and so it commands that these creatures be exterminated without mercy. I understand this to be a trap. Am I correct?
Indeed, afflicted one. You have nowhere to run.
The mutant shrieks, grinning.
May the grace of our progenitor be upon you.
His words are piercing, becoming a shrill echo of 100 voices. Minds. Growing ever louder, it torments your mind, and before you know it, you reach for your weapon. Wow, that was a good shot. How many skulls came out of him? You hear a clanging echo growing louder in the empty modules, like hundreds of clawed fingers or feet striking bulkheads and grabbing onto bars. Whoever is advancing upon you, there are a lot of them. You ought to run for your life before they trap you in the crammed Vox cabin. Argenta's expression brightens. Countless foes in a cumbersome position. O Emperor, I thank thee for giving us another chance to taste the sweetness of battle and the solemn joy of courageous deeds. Trapped, nowhere to run, enemies closing in on all sides. Argenta's like, oh yes! I love it. Make a dash for the Voxcaster and try to contact the ship. That sounds like a good idea. The Vox spits out a torrent of static, through which you nonetheless manage to catch fragments of words spoken by a voice not unlike that of your Voxmaster. On Valancius, command, lock. The signal is lost before you manage to say anything. Well, at least we tried. Heinrich's, evidently at the end of his patience, growls through gritted teeth. We must get out of this trap! Let's plan our retreat. If you had a few hours to explore the ship, you surely would have found any number of discrete shafts and unlocked modules you could use to leave the ship. As it is, you're only aware of a single possible escape route through the airlock back the way you came. Any other path might lead to a dead end. We've got to go! Alright, let's go. Your gaze falls on a room-covered control panel near the Vox receiver. A green lumen burns beneath the Engage Airlock Seals twitch. The switch socket is corroded and it does not immediately yield to your touch, but the lumen changes color to blood red, and the whirring of deactivated airlocks rises up from the depths of the ship. Alright, so we did it.
Keep your eye on the prize.
But I need the loot! This is way more important than running to safety. You have no idea. Like, the amount of things we might find here. Like that heavy stubber. I don't know if we need that, but...
I always have a backup plan.
We have it now. And this door. Oh, shit. I knew it! I fucking knew it! We got Gribblies. Okay, you definitely are not the one that needs to be standing there. We can open that door. Might just let in more of them, but... God. Gene stealers. Is anybody here wearing jeans? Keep hold of them. Keep them on tight. You don't know what these things are gonna do. I mean, it's melee, although the Gene Stealer cultists are gonna use whatever the hell they want. They got guns and other things. So, yeah, we're in a tight situation here. There's nowhere with proper cover, but that's okay. Heinrichs, you're not enough squares away. God damn it, I put him in the wrong place. Alright, Argenta then.
Who if not me?
Blast him! What's our options? Switch to bolt gun. Confident approach. So, Daka down this way. We can use controlled shot to make sure we don't shoot our allies here. And we're going to put a whole lot of blessed bolt shells into the steam sealer right here. Alright, he didn't like that, but he's also doing pretty okay, so that's concerning. Give Heinrich's voice of command. That's my turn. And I think voice of command is still active. Okay. So, man, I didn't equip any of the items that I had. That was foolish. Forewarning on Heinrich's. We're going to also prescience Cassia.
I'll make it happen.
Let's put a front line right here.
I'll see to it personally.
Okay. Put a rear right here with these two. And we'll put a back line there, I guess. Give Jai the option to do some proper shooting. And, well, we have 3 actions, so we can let Jai go. She can do some work. We're gonna let Irliet go. Let's let Irliet do some damage onto this thing.
I won't stand for it.
Alright. So you're right there. Give her an extra turn. Let's have her use her cover, base ability, and then we can killing edge it. No, we cannot. I can't see it. Are you shitting me? Why? How? Okay. Sometimes... I can't even throw a grenade anywhere where I could hit it. I could throw it up there, but that's going to hit Heinrich's. Okay, Elusive Shadow. And, Voice to Strike. Can't even target that. Well, this was a waste. Precise attack.
If I must.
Whatever. That was unfortunate. Oh, you're running away. Okay, well, so be it. I predict there's going to be more enemies here. Let's send Irliet to investigate. We'll have her go this way, though. Any enemies over there? None to be seen. Okay. So we'll drop an aim for the opening. I still can't fucking target him. What's going on here? This isn't normal. Then I can move.
Just designate a target.
Then I can target him, right? Yeah. Why the hell could I not do that?
If it serves your cause.
Really weird. Sometimes the cover in this game gets a little screwy. So we can
I am
voice
not
to
your
strike.
Xenos pet monkey. If it serves your cause.
Put some analysis on it. What's its dodge chance? It's probably really high. 90%. Get that going, and then I'm going to killing edge it.
I am not your Xenos ancestors guide.
Almost killed it in one hit. That's pretty good. Right, Argenta can run it down, and she can presumably finish it off. Blessed Bolt Pistol. Single shot. Won't kill it. That's fine.
I'll do it.
Almost got it. We can switch to our regular bolt gun. And I'm going to run and gun.
I act.
I'm going to run and gun to right here.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
And then we can point blank.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Each strike is a
That did it. He's dead now. Okay. And then I'm going to run to here and see if there's any other enemies that I can potentially mow down. Nothing yet, interestingly enough. Oh, hi. You're there, though. Where are you going? You coming right at us? You sure are. Giant's gonna go right here, and I should be able to shoot around this corridor. Yes. Fantastic. What's this gonna do? Assign objective.
Am I getting paid for this?
So, blaster, or... So this thing shouldn't have too good of armor. So, let's drop a take aim.
I'd like to, but I can't.
Only works on ally. And my other gun is the Hex Rifle. No, switch to the Splinter Pistol.
Jai Heydari.
Okay, that didn't do much. Dodged most of that. It's okay, got another volley for it.
I want a medal for that
Toxic
one.
burst. And then shoot it with my blast pistol.
me,
Only
and it is
29%
done.
chance of hitting. Damn, this did almost nothing. And let's buff up. Nobody. Strong point.
Don't get too cocky.
Okay.
I
And
can
we'll
do
drop
that
a
with the right incentive.
tactical advantage. All right, Cassia. She can deal with this thing, I think. We're gonna run up to here. Are there any more? Just the one?
Me.
Held in my
If you
gaze.
insist, Lord Captain.
You are stuck in place. I am now going to lidless stare you. Or we can give somebody a bunch of willpower and toughness. Let's give myself a bunch
Isn't
of
this a
willpower
job
and
for the
toughness.
serfs?
And then I'm gonna lidless stare him. I should have done that earlier.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Alright. Did some work. Glimpse of Fate on Irliet. Beautiful. Heinrichs. Make it die.
Get me a target.
First things first, Iron Arm.
Of course, Lord Captain.
Second things second,
For the throne.
drop an opening on it. Third things third, give it a charge. Let's fuck him up. Nice damage. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Death Whisper,
Let's see to it.
also nice. Standard attack, or do we go... Yeah, I'm gonna standard attack and then
Naturally.
endure. 'Cause we're not
But
taking
of
this thing down.
course, Lord Captain.
Alright.
High momentum.
We have momentum. Cyrene, if you were to get up there, oh, we can have Heinrichs finish it. Do it. Is he buffed? Yeah. Let's give him forewarning. Right? We didn't already give him forewarning, right? No. Fuck, we may have accidentally just given it to him twice, because you already have prescience. Shit. Alright, give Heinrichs
It's
prescience
as good
as well.
as done.
Okay. Voice of command?
Who, if not
Well,
me?
first things first, do, yeah, voice of command on Cassia, and then we'll do
I'll
bring it
make it
down
happen.
on Heinrichs. Because Heinrichs can then bring it down. Bring
Let's
it down.
see to it.
Down he goes.
You.
Is that the next one? Is that about all of them? No, we're still in combat. I just don't know where anything else is. Which is still concerning. There's another door. Probably with more loot. Which, like,
For the throne's glory.
man, we can escape, or we can do some more looting. And
Taking
escaping
calculated
just
risks
doesn't
is
seem
my
like
second nature.
it's worth my time. We're gonna send everybody over this way. We'll stick together. And we have a direct shot back. So we should be able to get there before any other Gribblies show up. Before too many Gribblies show up, I should say. I'm sure there will be more. There's always more. We'll send Argenta around, see if she can't flush anything else out. There does seem to be another Gribbly over there, so... dash, I guess. And then you can dash right over... God damn it, can I fucking click the area? No?
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Cool. Great distance there.
I'll do it.
Do Reckless Rush. She can get herself... Actually, she can shoot it already. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Steady superiority?
I am his will made manifest.
Let's do it. Okay, so first things first, we need to do a single
Doubt is
shot.
for the weak. For you,
Pistol.
my Emperor.
Beautiful. And then a full auto right here.
As the Emperor commands, I act. For you, my Emperor.
Quality damage.
Faith
Wildfire.
without deeds is worthless.
Reload.
it.
Full auto.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
That wasn't a great amount of shots there. But it's okay. You can throw a crack grenade at it. Can't get in range. Jeepers. Well, let's hope it doesn't eat us. Jai, if you can
Watch
run this
my
side.
back.
I don't think there's much that she can do right now, so... Yeah. Press the advantage. Drop a tactical advantage there, give him some temporary hit points. I don't think that did much, but... Sure. Where are you going? Or you're just running away? These Gene Stealers are not really being very aggressive. They're being very sneaky. Which is kind of what I'd expect from a Gene Stealer, but still, it's a little unnerving.
Air is good for my lungs.
So let's give Heinrichs,
problem?
move.
I've got
so
a
that he
prize.
can go up here and open this door so that we can immediately investigate what kind of loot there might be in here. Because that's what really matters here. Give him a turn. Ah, shit. Can't move any farther. Oh, I can move farther. There we go.
How about no?
Unavailable? What do you mean? Open the goddamn door. God damn it. Alright. Can Argenta finish that one? I don't know. Maybe we should send somebody over there to help her. There's nothing we can do here, so... Alright, open the door. What do we got in here? Better be some loot.
I need a foothold.
I'm not seeing anything. That's a little unfortunate, but we can come around and flank the Gene Stealer for all the good that'll do. And I'm just gonna fucking warp speed
Naturally.
myself. Why not? Give myself a bit of extra clearance. Actually, that's not helping, is it? Not going any faster.
Let's see to it.
No, I'll endure. I'm gonna run this way. Yeah, there's not much more I can do, so... End turn. I could have psychic some stuff, but...
Swift and
Send the Earliad up here. Drop Elusive Shadow.
I understand your intent.
So I can't see it, so... At the very least, our turns are pretty quick here. So we'll have Argenta chase this thing down. It's what she would do.
Be the fire in my heart.
So we're going to start off with a single-shot critical hit with the precision
Doubt
bolt
is for the
pistol.
weak. This is why I was
And
chosen.
then we're going to switch back to the regular old bolt gun and do a full
I'll do
auto.
it.
Oh, yeah. And then a wildfire for some more Daka. Okay. And we're going to run and
Faith
gun.
without deeds is worthless.
Put ourselves into a bit of
Guided
cover
by
right here.
faith.
Is this maybe a little overzealous? Perhaps. Perhaps a little bit.
You, my emperor.
But does
As the
Argenta
Emperor
care about that type of
commands,
thing?
I act.
Absolutely
I'll
not.
do it.
Right, reload. We can also reload the bolt gun.
the Emperor
So I got extra
commands,
action
I
points here.
act.
This is just fantastic. I could Reckless Rush, but to what end? I don't have anything else. I could Crack Grenade it, just finish it off. Do it.
Faith without deeds
That's what she
is
would do.
worthless.
Goodbye. That's another one down. That's it. What, 3 Gene Stealers?
Rise to the top.
There were
or
supposed to
get
be a
left
lot of
in
them.
the dust.
Okay, run up here. I want to see what's going on.
I
Ventilation
did it.
system still works. There are strange gouges on the metal, like some sort of beast. Gee, I wonder what type of beast that might
I
have been.
better myself through my service.
Here we go. Now we're talking. Okay, it's not just some low sticks. Melted charges. That's a good amount of gear. That's a good amount of stuff.
there money to
I'll
be
take
made?
it. Let's get out of here. I was hoping for like a need to survive against waves and waves and waves of Gene Stealer cultists and Gene Stealers, but I reckon the Gene Stealer cults haven't been added into the game yet because that's coming with the DLC, which I am excited for. Like, I'm excited for the Elden Ring DLC, Shadows of the Erdtree. That's probably the most excited I am for a game, but like this Rogue Trader DLC with the Death Cult Assassin, who I think is going to be an awesome character, like a fast melee. Gonna kind of play like how I'm playing Heinrichs right now, actually. Which might mean I respec Heinrichs. If we're going to have her. So I don't want 2 characters fulfilling the same role. Maybe I give him a little bit more of a tanky, more Psyker. Bit more biomancy than melee combat. Might do that. Have an actual melee Psyker, or combat Psyker, rather than just a buff bot like all my other Psykers. Alright, what do we got here? Hopefully no more Gene Stealers. A small planet gently wrapped in amber forest greets you with a ruby-colored dawn. Basil von den Kleerch, the local governor, gives the Rogue Trader a warm welcome. After several glasses of Damascene, the sweltering ruler asks if Cyrene von Valancius would like to keep him company during the upcoming hunt. Alright. After several hours of riding the local peculiar animals, you make camp in the middle of a golden forest. Basil von den Kleerch points at the sky. A flat disk rises over the horizon, constantly morphing its color and shape. The forest grows silent and empty, and you can no longer hear the singing of birds or even the rustle of wind. The governor nods. with satisfaction, and a few shapes step into the clearing. The bodies are twisted by an unknown phenomenon, and you watch the freaks with astonishment as they begin to dance to the throaty cackling of their brethren, turning the bony growths and pulsating flesh of their scaly hands towards the unnatural thing in the sky. What the hell is going on here? More gene stealers? I'm gonna ask the governor what's going on. The governor smiles coyly. You are about to see with your own eyes what is happening here. Fine, let's watch in silence. The hypnotic dance seemed to continue forever. The unfortunate creatures howled, whined, and convulsed, unable to tear their bleeding eyes from the celestial body. When the Pavonine disk outshone even the light of the local star, the physical shells of the things that used to be men burst, releasing beasts onto this plane that not even the most fluent and capable pen could describe. Oh, good. Basil von den Clearch excitedly explains that the creatures you saw are the children of the great king of Distortion. It is he who is the true god and patron of these fertile grounds. Once every cycle, his chariot shines its light upon the world and bestows transformations upon his most ardent followers. The rogue trader may become one of its heralds. I don't think I want to become a king of Distortion. Shouldn't this be a heretical option? Take the governor and leave the planet. This sounds like some chaos shit. But it's not hostile. No, we're not doing this. I want to know. I want to know. If you guys know what happens if you go through this option, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Yes, it's spoilery, but it's going to be ages before I replay this game and get to the point that I'm at now. So by then I'll probably have forgotten, or at the very least, I'm sure it'll be like told in a different way that'll at least make it somewhat fresh and cool. So feel free to tell me. I'm just going to leave. Or I'm going to execute him. He's been nice, though. And, like, not malicious. Again, not everything from the warp is malicious. Gonna go. The senior officers observe suspicious activity emanating from the twisted celestial body at the heart of the system. The chaplain advises you to get ready for a potential encounter with the spawn of the archenemy, so it may be wise to reconsider unless you have holy relics, sacred wards, or blessed effigies of the Emperor. Aflame with a plethora of colors, the distorted celestial disk trembles slightly beyond the endless windows of the captain's bridge as the rogue trader's ship approaches its center. An otherworldly voice, cold and enveloping, enters your mind. What could this puny wretch possibly offer a king? Oh, that's what it says. What could this puny wretch possibly offer a king? The officers look on the bridge around, perplexed. Their eyes are full of terror and confusion. Many clutch their heads and let out long howls of pain. Some empty their stomachs, but most, pale and exhausted though they are, have joined the Lord Captain in resisting the entity's influence. Ask who you are talking to. An endless flow of images fills your consciousness. You see horrifying scenes of millions of tortured souls. They don't seem so friendly anymore. Their screams rend your mind. Their pain pierces you with 1,000 red-hot needles. King, ruler, the one who is obeyed. That's all you can make sense of, though you see much more. We're dealing with the Demon Prince. Command the entity to release the minds of the Amber Worlders from its grip. The king's mocking laughter rings in your ears, and a deep red trickle runs slowly from your nose and over your lips, leaving an aftertaste of salt and metal. Order a ship-wide 1,000-voice prayer service over holy relics for the protection of Amberworld, the Imperium, and your own souls. Okay, got some holy gifts here. Deafening gong strikes are heard across hundreds of decks. Your eyes are misted with red, and your gums bleed as your subjects fall to their knees all at once in a shared prayer to the God Emperor. The holy relics from the ship's temples melt from the ardor of your speech, and the entity screams and writhes inside your brain, struggling to break out. Many drop dead during the first minutes of the prayer, unable to resist the corruption. However, others immediately take their place, unfazed by the sight of their fellows turning to dust in seconds. Then, a nauseating stench engulfs the ship's decks like a wave, causing people to fetch to retch forth their innards. Ugh. Finally, every deck is plunged into darkness. Ghosts of the past walk among the living, stealing breath from those weak of spirit. And still the prayer is not extinguished. It is hard to tell if the prayer service has lasted several hours or several days. At some point you feel your very essence overflow with heat and power, and then the intruding will falters. The distorted disc vanishes from the void ship's augers, as if it had never been there, and at long last everything is quiet. As everyone slowly recovers from what just happened, except for the people that vomited up their innards or turned to dust, probably, reports begin to come in to the captain's bridge. You've lost a third of your crew in the unequal fight, and the fortunate survivors are going to take quite a bit of time to come around. All hail the rogue trader. Jesus, that's a lot of people. Holy crap. What a fucking planet. The golden... Yeah, you know what? The golden forest of Amber World look enchanting, even from orbit. I'm proclaiming myself sovereign of Amber World. I'm getting something out of this. We get some people and an extraction. Take it. From that moment, the world belonged to the rogue trader alone. Your people eradicated the settlements as housing and unclean followers of the profane cult. The corruption instilled by the King of Distortion loosened its grip, and the estates of Amberworld can breathe a sigh of relief thanks to the efforts of their new ruler. Yet malicious servants of the archenemy still lurk in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to wrap the planet in a web of heresy. Evil does not simply disappear without a trace. You can demand tribute. Let's do it. What do we get? Provisions. Alright, cool. Relieved to be free of the archenemy's yoke, the planet's subjects gratefully send you humble gifts. Alright, now we can leave the world alone. What a shitville. So we can demand more tribute? No, not right now, we can't. Maybe later. Man, this system has been fun. 2 plasteel? Nah. Let's quickly equip the things that I wanted to equip. So we had 2 items specifically, one for Abelard, which was the sword. Though we have a pretty good sword ourselves. However, ooh, yeah, the other one is a bit better. Now, this one will do more damage. It'll have less parry, though, but you know what? I'm okay with that. Take it. We have the Soul Pattern Power Sword. So we can give this to somebody. I don't know, we can use a Power Sword. You can use a Power Sword. But you're using things that you already have. Pascal here had this item. The Instability Detonator. Which we can give instead of this. Or this. Or we can give the Instability Detonator to Idira. Yeah, you're not actually using Deadeye Shot ever, so we can do that. Sure, we'll give her an interesting little device. Kind of cool. It's a shitty item. What's this? Lore Imperium. Ah, yeah. Yeah. And we have this item as well, which I kind of want to equip myself. I'm going to equip this right here. I'm going to move that out. And we're going to see if we can put that onto somebody else. Perhaps you. No. Who else has Iconoclast Adherent? I think you do. But Lord Xenos, it's not really useful. Plus 10 to all skills. It's like, plus 10 to all skills is good, but we can leave Heart of the Nameless for now. So Target Designator is pretty good. For somebody that uses Deadeye Shot a lot, so that's going to be her. But Beat of Concentration is very good, and the Needle Ring, you know what, screw it, I'm ditching the Needle Ring. What is this? Why is there a symbol on it? Weird. I'm going to take the Target Designator on her. And I'm gonna lose the needle ring. I think it's outlived its purpose. Okay, the Accuser of Sin would be really cool on Heinrichs. Use a willpower of 60. Versus something that gives 15 to carouse. Like, how often do we use carouse? I have no idea. Ah, this is why he was able to just run past them without provoking attacks of opportunity. No, that's not true. He had more than 50% of his wounds. So I don't know what happened. It may just be the ultimate ability that he had last. Or that, modifier to his ultimate ability. May have done that. Spirit Drape. I'm gonna give him that. That's gonna be really good. Because then he can just spam all of his buffs during the first turn and then go in and massacre everything. Yeah, looking good. Unless there's any more items that he could potentially equip here. No, I think everything else is looking fine. He looks awesome, minus the silly goggles, which look silly. Alright, are we done with everything? I think I've explored basically everything we can explore. Which means going back to Footfall. Right? We have to return to Dargonis for something. And we need to visit the Forgotten Twins. Maybe I should do that first. It's a long way. But let's do it. It's not that far. We have mostly safe warp routes, so... Unsafe. Hopefully nothing happens. Oh, a mysterious sickness struck the clan living in one of the macro chambers. The disease quickly spread, causing the afflicted to writhe with unbearable stomach cramps and expire after several days of agony. Before the officers could react, the neighboring clans took the issue into their own hands and flooded the chamber with carbon monoxide. The macro cannon was put back into service, and the vigilantes were punished for subjecting the rogue trader's servants to mob justice. Yeah. Sucks to be those guys. Let's head here. Here, and here, and I will take 2 unsafe trips versus 1 dangerous trip. Oh, we have to go back to WARPSTONE. We at least have to, yeah, we have to actually go to WARPSTONE again. God damn, there's so many different things that need to be done. Well, let's head to the Forgotten Twins. Tech-Base report a brief malfunction in the Gellerfield generator that left the vessel exposed to the warp for a brief second. According to the Enforcer reports, something did manage to get into the ship and is now prowling the dark corridors of Loading Bay 5. We send patrols or isolate the chamber until the vessel leaves the warp. I don't think isolating is going to help much. Send patrols into the affected chamber. Heretic trophies. Several armed teams left to search for the unknown creature that had invaded the vessel. All but 2 returned with nothing to show for it, but hair turned prematurely gray and horror stories of what was happening in Loading Bay 5. One team brought back a bizarre trophy allegedly found behind a shattered bulkhead. The last team was never seen or heard from again. Lovely. So, there's something we need to do here, and I don't know what. Coordinates from the ship's log lead to an unremarkable star system. The Augur crew reports the arrays cannot register anything worthy of the Lord Captain's attention. Was this log entry just someone's idea of a joke? If someone decided to mock the rogue trader, they are playing a dangerous game. We've been here before. I distinctly remember this one. It was also still, like, explored. So there's nothing we can do there. We have our 2 plasteel here. Planetoid here. Nothing to be done here. I'd like to know what was here. Let's see, maybe there's even like a... I don't think the game would randomly pull that on us. Or like something we need to have like a radius around us to do the exploration. So it hasn't done that before, so I don't think that's what it's going to be. But, so yeah, we need to Go to Foulstone. Janus has done... Oh no, that's just the, these things. Get some items from Dargonus, which we don't want to do anything more of. Nothing to be done here. In Kiavagama, mechanisms are done. We have enough mechanisms, so now we should be able to get flawless servitors. Be awesome. Do it. Okay, I'm gonna quickly check the journal here. What did they want us to do? We need to return to Dargonus. And we need to return to Footfall. And the critical tasks here? We visited the Forgotten Twins, and we can check the Lord Captain's cogitator on the bridge. Well, let's do that before we go anywhere else. So, back to the bridge. Yeah, this like, critical task quest is very weird. Just having us go to random places and, like, checking with the computer, but I don't really know what it's about. Everything else has been quite clear, what we need to do, but with this I'm mostly just confused as to what is happening here. But we'll give it a look, and then head back to Dargonus. We might do that in the next episode, though, because this is getting to be a bit over an hour already. So, where is our cogitator again? That's, not here. That would be this one. Your ladyship, the great mechanism has sensed your presence. Input, data acquisition, nom OS, stat check, comply. OS, Valancius, algorithm 621458. Nom OS, task success, algorithm 85421. Or 854126. And what's that supposed to mean? The screen blinks and a new entry appears in place of the previous one. Input, prompt, nom OS, 52136. The machine spirit has recognized the one who stands before it. The previous string of sacred codes signified a greeting as well as an acknowledgement that you have successfully completed a certain task. Now the great mechanism stands ready to process your request. What task? The answer lies beyond the bounds of my knowledge. The tech priest looked back at the cogitator. My supposition is that it might have something to do with your recent travels. Yeah, it's like it's asking us to go to places. So, alright. I don't think it's the game being weird and being accidentally, like, unclear with this quest. I think this quest is just supposed to be unclear and random and kind of weird. Because, like, our character's responding it to in that way, too. So that's a good sign. The vid screen flickers repeatedly and updates the task. Text. Input. Prompt. Nom OS. Await request. How did it sense my presence? The mechanism was molded in the forges of the Adeptus Mechanicus so that it might serve the rogue traitor. It was in your presence that its machine spirit first manifested itself, a miracle of the Omnissiah and a testament to his gloria. This is the machine spirit that we, like... I thought we, like, healed a machine spirit that was being afflicted by something, but now I'm kind of thinking that we created a machine spirit. Enough of this. I wish to inquire about something else. Nothing else? No, that's it. Now I'm even more confused. That's it. Well, I reckon we're gonna get a little bit more knowledge on that later. But anyways, we have some contracts we can fulfill. Caligos Winterscale has found out that the secret of gas manufactorums had been stolen from him. However, he is willing to leave the unfortunate incident in the past, offering the prospect of much greater gains. He is now captivated by the idea of seizing House Corda's Nephium rigs on the frozen world of Lucen's Breath. Oh, Lucen's Breath. Back in the day when I ran a physical Rogue Traders campaign, there was some events on Lucen's Breath. For Caligos himself, it would appear the profit is a mere side benefit of the opportunity to massacre large numbers of House Corda's servants in planetary battles. He is offering to pay with the aforementioned priceless flammable liquid in exchange for the fighting force he is desperately lacking. So we would lose 12 people, which I only have 18 of. We'd get 5 promethium and 5 chemicals. The 5 chemicals would be good. The promethium is not. I can't afford to lose those people. Unquenchable greed, also expenses of people. Don't need provisions either. We got a lot of provisions. No, we have 12 provisions. It's not a lot. Tools of Righteousness. Intent on bringing the world of iniquity to imperial compliance, Incendia Corda is facing a prolonged campaign to weed out the planet's blasphemous elements. She will pay a generous price for the formidable steel giants of Kiava Gamma, vested in holy armor and armed with the Emperor's righteous fury. So we could pay 9 weapons and get 3 mobile extractiums. Done! And a small thorn. The Lamesta 1 trading outpost has been causing problems for Dargonis' trade for years by attracting merchants arriving from a number of systems, including those from the mining world of Aflactica. If only some pirate was motivated enough to blast this station with torpedoes, we'd gain 5 adamantium, lose 3 profit factor. The 3 profit factor is rough, but given that we have 0 adamantium, I'm going to actually take that offer. We'll do some, sponsor some piracy of our own. Oh, look at this. This was the Pilgrim. No, wait. Yeah. This may have been the thing we uncovered today. Treasures in the ocean. Rumors have reached the Rogue Trader of a Xeno ship that was wrecked on one of the ocean worlds of the Cornus Expanse. I don't know if we found that. The Heavenly Chariot we definitely did. The Governor of Amber World has spoken of a Heavenly Chariot of a certain King of Distortion, a local god who deforms the bodies of the people. It seems this chariot is some kind of anomaly manifesting in the system. Yeah. And the King Killer. The Rogue Trader, by force of her own words and faith, overpowered the unfathomable entity serving the archenemy. Glory to the Von Valancius dynasty. So we have 2 rumors about us, that we love capybaras, and we can kill eldritch warp gods. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Then it's just a matter of heading back to Dargonis, and then eventually back to Footfall. But we will do that in the next episode. And I think in the next episode we are going to finish up everything in this act, because there's not much more for us to do here. And we'll see what the transition to the next act is, or where it is. I don't know. Like, nothing about where the game is going has given me any sort of indication as to where that's going to take place, or how. Which is cool, actually. I like being left in the dark until something happens. But, needless to say, there are a couple of plot threads that are clearly unfolding. There's the Drukhari schemes, whatever they might be. Then there is the Cult of the Final Dawn schemes. And there is whatever Theodora was up to, which definitely involves the Cult of the Final Dawn, and this epitaph, whatever it is. I'm now starting to suspect it's Necron. We've seen several instances of Necron interference. They're not usually the type to, like, do that, though. But then again, there's no real rhyme and reason to the different Necron dynasties and their leaders. But them working with Chaos Cult, but again, the Chaos Cult could just be opportunistically kind of piggybacking onto something that the Necrons are doing, which is exactly what the Cult of the Final Dawn did with the Drukhari stealing the son of Rykad. Which is a good narrative device to show that this is how this cult operates, that they may not be as connected as we think they are, but that they are connected in this opportunistic manner. It's interesting. We shall see. Very intrigued as to what Theodora was up to. It's obviously sketchy. And, yeah, I guess we'll find that out in the upcoming episodes. Alright, everybody. Drop this video a like if you have enjoyed it, and I will catch you all in the next one. Heritor out.